This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side.
Now we're cooking. It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Few better places in the country weather-wise this time of year than this one right here, Tampa, Florida, and beautiful Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
With DeAndre Hopkins, I think anyone who's calling plays for him has 0 limitations. And what I mean by that is he's a guy you can move outside, you can move him inside, play him on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter. Some guys, they have to have the ball in a certain spot. Not Hopkins. Long, short, intermediate. He just wants the football. And then after that, he usually does some pretty good damage with run after catch. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Watson on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a play fake here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. Watson off play action. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 outlaw. I hope you brought your luck because I'm about to take you through. Ready.
Throwing on first down. Holt. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Holt. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On the defensive side here, the starters for the Texans. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nicole Hardman, the intended target.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Derrick Henry. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From just shy of midfield, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8.
passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
That one covers 29 yards, first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun. Holt, he gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They go.
2nd and 2. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On 1st and 10, Holt. He finds his target. It's Evans. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Looking to throw. Holt. Now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up. Heavy grip.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Now Cook. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the counter, it's Henry. Fighting through, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That's a jet sweep. The football to Woods. Taron Johnson made the stop. On 2nd and 9. Watson. This one into the hands of Burton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of legs.
They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. That'll be complete to Cook. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. On 1st down, Holt. That's caught by Howard. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Cook. He's got it off the draw. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Back to throw. Holt setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's go.
From the gun, Holt throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Second and 10. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Throwing again on second and 10. Holt, and it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Holt under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. On the ground, it's Cook. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Badgley on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Watson.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, it's Watson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Watson looks to throw again. That's caught at the 3. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They keep it with Henry on first down. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. On On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Miller. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On second down now, it's Miller. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And now, touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans, 79 yards, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins.
Here comes the
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They got him in. It's Woods. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun on 3rd down. Holt. He's got Evans. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Cook, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Dalvin Cook His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lamar Miller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 45 on 2nd down. Watson with a catch made by Hopkins. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now this one complete on the slant route. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete. It's Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now it's Watson. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Automatic first down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are in for 6. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things, though, a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game. But it won't alter the final score.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready to go. Check 17.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Holt. Completes it to Hardman. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, you got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson now to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. 2nd and 2. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Cook running right. This will go for 5 up to the 33. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Tampa Bay, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance.